In August 2003, a routine midday bank robbery in Erie, Pennsylvania, turned into one of the most bizarre and chilling crimes in American history. A pizza deliveryman walked into a bank wearing a bomb locked to his neck. What followed was a deadly puzzle that continues to raise more questions than answers. This is the story of the Collar Bomb Heist. His name was Brian Wells, 46 years old, working as a pizza deliveryman. On August 28th, he walked into a PNC bank carrying a note demanding $250,000. But the twist? He had a homemade bomb strapped to his neck. The note's instructions were chilling. Brian was told to gather bank employees, get access codes to the vault, fill a bag with cash, all while the timer on the bomb ticked down. He managed to get just $8,702 before leaving the bank. Moments later, police stopped him in a parking lot. As they surrounded him, the bomb detonated. Brian Wells died instantly. At first, investigators believed he might have acted alone. But as evidence surfaced, a darker and more twisted story came to light. Authorities uncovered a tangled web of conspirators, manipulation, and deceit. One of the key suspects was a woman named Marjorie Deal Armstrong. Prosecutors later argued that she was one of the masterminds behind the entire plan. Another man, Kenneth Barnes, came forward claiming that Marjorie had planned the crime and that Brian Wells had been forced into it. The more investigators dug, the stranger things became. The collar bomb itself was so complex that even experienced bomb technicians struggled to understand it. The instructions given to Brian were nearly impossible to complete in the short amount of time he was allowed. Many began to wonder if Brian Wells was ever meant to survive. Despite years of investigation, confusion and controversy surrounded the case. Was Brian Wells a willing participant, or was he an innocent pawn caught in a deadly game? Some people close to the case believe he was tricked into thinking the bomb was fake, until it was too late. Others insist he knew more than he let on. After years of trials and testimony, Marjorie Deal Armstrong was convicted for her role in the crime. She maintained her innocence until her death in prison. Kenneth Barnes also received a lengthy sentence for his involvement, but many who followed the case still believe the full truth has never been revealed. For Brian Wells' family, the case remains a haunting tragedy. He was remembered by friends as quiet, kind, and hardworking. To them, he was not a criminal. He was a man manipulated and destroyed by forces beyond his control. The Collar Bomb Heist remains one of the most unusual crimes in American history, part scavenger hunt, part murder plot, and part psychological puzzle. Even today, investigators and journalists continue to debate who truly orchestrated the plan and why. The lesson this case leaves behind is chilling. Sometimes, victims can be turned into weapons. And sometimes, even when the suspects are caught, the truth still slips through the cracks. This was the story of the Collar Bomb Heist. What do you think? Was Brian Wells a conspirator, or a tragic pawn in someone else's deadly game? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories. Until next time, stay curious, and stay safe.